Back to this HiWatt made in Modesto, this custom 50 watt. This special pot I ordered arrived. Now this is not going out with the amp. This is a 1 watt, 100 ohm pot. And I would not send this out into the world permanently because I would want any heater balance pot to be at least 2 watts. And there's not a good place to mount it in the amp. I don't want to do a special L bracket thing. What I'm going to do is find the perfect balance to make the hum disappear. And then I'm going to measure what those resistor values are and order some resistors that will give me that. Typically 100 ohm gets you there. And that's what I've got dialed in on this pot, but I still have a little bit of buzz. Let me let you hear that. So as I turn this one way, it's going to get louder. Back to the middle. Turn it the other way. Fine-tuning it. That's much quieter. It's not moved a lot. If I move it back where it was, though. What's interesting to me is that if I move it a little bit farther this way, there's a ringing sound. So right there, this is with the master on 10. Right there, I have the least amount of buzz, and that ringing is at its minimum. Maybe right there. What I'll do later is I'll power this off and disconnect these wires and measure what the actual resistance is here. It might be 100 ohms and 120 ohms. I'll report that back. In fact, when I do that, I'll put that in a graphic right here on the screen now. And I'll replace this with those fixed resistors before it goes out. Let's let you hear it now. Let me turn the master down. So let's go a quarter up on the master. To start, I can go louder than that as we go. So I'm just going to plug a telly in. I'm going into the normal channel. I've got all the controls, treble, mid, bass, presence, noon. So I'm just over a quarter, like 9 o'clock on the volume for that channel, and I'm at a quarter master volume, and it's really loud, like super reverb loud. A little bit bright on that normal channel. So let's go to what they call the bright channel, but on this amp it's not really. It has kind of an exaggerated loss of high end to compensate for what you just heard. So when this amp is all the way done, I'll give it a better test with some other guitars. But as you can hear, the normal channel on this model is pretty much the full range thing that we'd probably find more useful for cleans. And the bright channel is actually the less useful for cleans, but very good for that kind of focus mid-rangey thing. Be very good for late 80s and 90s styles of playing. I think Stone Gossard would really like this. And this little tweak and moving the pot, being able to move this balance just the slightest bit, drastically reduced the remaining noise in this amp. So I'm about to do the same trick to a Marshall I have here, but first I've got to take this out and measure what's happening at this moment so I can know what to order to go in here permanently. I'm going to power it off and get started on that. And thanks for watching.